Have you ever stumbled upon a secret so powerful that it could completely transform the way you think about wealth and success? Welcome to our channel, where today we're diving into a revelation that could be the turning point in your financial journey. Imagine a world where money isn't just a piece of paper or a number in your bank account, but a dynamic force pulsating with energy, ready to reshape your life. This isn't just another financial advice video. It's a gateway to understanding the true essence of wealth. You see, while many of us chase after the latest get-rich-quick schemes or tirelessly grind in our 9-to-5 jobs, we often overlook the profound hidden truths about money. But what if I told you that the key to unlocking financial abundance lies much deeper than just hard work and savings? What if the real secret is something as intangible yet powerful as your mindset and the energy you exude? In this video, we're not just sharing tips, we're unraveling a philosophy, a new way of perceiving and interacting with money that could very well lead you to the prosperity you've been seeking. So, sit tight, keep an open mind, and let's embark on this enlightening journey together. And if you're ready to transform your financial destiny, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more life-changing insights. Because here, we're not just about making money, we're about making a difference. Think of money as a flowing river, always moving and helping everything around it grow. You're probably curious, how does this money energy work? How can you use it to become successful and wealthy? These are important questions, and we're going to explore the answers. Instead of just seeing money as cash, try to think of it as a living, moving thing. This idea is really interesting. Money acting like energy isn't new. Even the word currency comes from a Latin word that means to run or to flow. Just like energy, money isn't just made or gone forever. It changes from one form to another and keeps moving from person to person. Money is like a busy bee, always buzzing from one person to another, from one account to the next. It's always on the move, but it's not just about the dollars and cents. There's an emotional side to money too. Think about how you feel when you get your paycheck or find some money you didn't expect. Happy, excited, relieved. That's the emotional magic of money. And speaking of support, if you like what we're saying, show us some love by hitting the subscribe button and giving a thumbs up, thanks. Now here's the really cool part. The way we interact with money, like any form of energy, affects how much of it we can attract. The vibe you put out there comes back to you. When you treat money with gratitude and a positive attitude, you tend to bring more of it into your life. On the other hand, if you're always stressed about money or think there's never enough, that negativity can push it away. It's a cycle. Your feelings and thoughts about money shape your financial life. It's not just about working harder to make more money. It's about changing your attitude and how you see money. Recognize that money isn't just something you hold in your hand. It's a kind of energy that you can draw towards yourself, manage, and control. Think of money's energy like a garden. A garden needs love and care to grow, and so does your financial health. Plant seeds of positive thoughts and actions about money. Take care of these seeds with patience and keep at it, and watch them bloom into a wealthy future. This way, you change how you deal with money every day. Understanding money's energy also means knowing how it flows in your life. You've got to balance, spend wisely, save up, and invest smartly. Every choice you make with your money is like adjusting the sails of a boat, steering you through the sea of your financial life. When your money habits go with the natural flow of money's energy, you open the door to new chances and wealth. Learning about how to manage your money and investment strategies is super important. Knowledge is power, especially when it comes to your finances. Knowing your stuff really matters, especially with money matters. It's super important to arm yourself with the know-how and tools you need to make smart choices. This kind of knowledge, mixed with a can-do attitude, is a powerful combo that can really help you succeed financially. Let's talk about something called the law of attraction. It's a pretty straightforward yet deep idea. You get what you focus on. When you think of money in a good light, it tends to come your way. Now, this isn't about some magic trick that makes money appear out of thin air. It's all about how your thoughts, beliefs, and actions are all linked up. Think of it like a mirror reflecting what's inside you. If you're sending out bad vibes, you're probably going to run into not-so-great situations. But if you stay positive, especially about money, you're more likely to have good money experiences. It's not magic. It's all in the mindset. How you see money really matters. If you think it's hard to get, it'll probably be hard to get. But if you see it as something that's out there in plenty for you, it feels like it comes to you more easily. This doesn't mean you ignore money problems. It's about changing how you look at things to find new chances and opportunities. Think about it this way. If you just accept that money troubles are your fate, your choices will probably back up that belief. You might avoid taking risks, miss out on opportunities, or not bother investing in yourself. But if you start believing in your own financial success, your decisions will start to reflect that. You'll be more open to spotting chances, taking smart risks, and putting effort into your personal growth. The law of attraction isn't something that works all by itself. It's part of a bigger picture that needs you to take action and really commit. You can't just daydream about being rich and expect it to happen, but you can shape your mindset to see the possibilities for making money in your life and then go for it. This law is all about lining up your thoughts and actions with what you want money-wise. It's about believing in your ability to make money and then doing what it takes to get there. Changing how you think about money starts with something called visualization. It's a really powerful way to change what you believe. Picture yourself in the financial situation you want, like being out of debt, owning your dream house, or having enough money to travel a lot. When you do this, you're training your brain to see these goals not just as dreams, but as things you can actually achieve. Then there are affirmations. These positive statements you tell yourself to beat negative thoughts and doubts. When it comes to money, positive affirmations can really help boost your outlook. Try saying things like, "I attract wealth easily," or "prosperity comes to me in plenty." Make these affirmations personal, empowering, and say them as if they're happening right now. Forget about past struggles. Focus on the here and now and what's to come. Being grateful for what you already have, no matter how small, can also attract more good stuff. It's easy to get caught up in what you don't have, but focusing on your blessings can change your mindset and bring more of what you want into your life. Remember, gratitude sends out a powerful energy that can switch your vibe from lacking to attracting. Changing how you think about money won't happen overnight. It takes time, persistence, and regular practice. By using visualization, affirmations, and gratitude, you're laying the groundwork for a big change in your financial life. Another key part is being mindful about your money. This means being really aware of your financial habits right now. Mindfulness helps you make choices that line up with your goals. It's about knowing the impact of every financial decision and avoiding spending without thinking. Setting clear financial goals is also important. Goals give you direction and a sense of purpose. They can be short-term, like saving for a trip, or long-term, like building up a retirement fund. Having specific goals can push you to line up your actions with what you want to achieve. Write them down, make a plan, and keep track of how you're doing. Seeing yourself getting closer to your goals can be super motivating and fits right in with the law of attraction. Networking and hanging out with people who have similar financial goals or who've already made it can be a big help too. You can learn a lot from their successes and mistakes, and it can guide you on your own money journey. Lastly, keep learning about money. Knowing how to manage your finances is crucial. Knowing your way around money really makes a difference. Dive into books, join workshops, or take classes on how to handle your finances. Getting a grip on things like investing, budgeting, and saving gives you the power to make smart choices. This kind of self-teaching goes hand in hand with the law of attraction, setting you up to spot and grab financial chances that come your way. Being tough and bouncing back is super important too. The road to financial success isn't always smooth. There will be bumps and obstacles. But if you see these tough times as chances to learn instead of just failures, you're on the right track. Being resilient means getting back up after a money setback, wiser and more ready than before. It's about learning from slip-ups and not letting them call the shots in your financial life. It's also key to keep a balance. While chasing your money goals is great, don't let it take over everything. Keep your quest for wealth in harmony with your personal happiness, relationships, and other life dreams. True wealth isn't just having a fat bank account. It's about living a full, balanced life. This all-around approach fits perfectly with the law of attraction, helping you build a life that's not just rich in money, but rich in all ways. Understanding that changing the way you think can really turn your financial life around is super important. Money is basically just energy. When you start seeing it as a useful tool that helps you reach your goals, you'll start drawing in more wealth. So go ahead and take the first step now. Picture where you want to be financially, believe in your ability to make money, and be thankful for what you've got right now. Shifting your mindset like this makes attracting wealth a whole lot easier. But it's not enough to just get the law of attraction in your head. You've got to make it a part of your everyday life. Check in with your thoughts about money. Are they scared and limited, or full of abundance and confidence? Remember, money itself isn't a problem, nor is it everything in life. It's a kind of energy that reflects what you think and feel inside. Changing these thoughts is the first big step to a richer life. Then, there are practical things like budgeting, investing, and spending wisely. These habits should go hand in hand with your new way of thinking, turning your ideas into real actions. And don't forget, getting more money isn't just a one-time thing, it's an ongoing journey. It's about always growing, learning new things, and being ready to change as things around you change. By staying open to learning and being flexible, you won't just attract wealth, you'll also keep it and make it grow. The road to financial freedom keeps going, and every step you take with a positive mindset and smart actions gets you closer to your goals. If you found our video helpful, don't forget to share and drop your thoughts in the comments below.